All right, bang. Today is Monday. It's July 29th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. Snake Draft Monday. We are joined in studio by Tate, and we are also joined by White Sox Dave's Rat Race 3 winning brother, Ben Mintz. Welcome in, guys.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
What's up, fellas?
Yeah. Congrats, Ben. Dave?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dave, look, we had a good teamwork operation where Dave knew Chicago, and I know I knew nothing about it, so I just said, you run it, I follow your lead, and I think we kept it simple, and it worked.
So what'd you bring to the table, Mintz?
Stamina.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
And a will. A big part of it was the will to win.
Yeah.
I mean, Dave and I both checked and said we thought we ran, 6.8 miles?
I think I measured it, so I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, so a big part was
a lot of it was obviously walking, and there were stops, but we ran a lot.
We did.
That didn't include the Ubers or the trains or anything. That's what we ran that day.
Yeah, we butted heads a few times, especially in the second challenge. We were trying to kayak, and I was behind. Dave's there's no doubt Dave's faster than me.
Yeah.
And so I was, probably a block behind him, just jogging, trying to keep up. And he got on me, and I'm like, Dave, all you have to do is not be last in these things to move on to the next round. I got to save stamina for the third and fourth challenges, because that's when it's going to be decided. And ultimately, that strategy worked.
Yeah. He's right. Mintz dominated. He kept up as much as he possibly could have, and that's all we needed. We won. And I was an asshole to you. Because when we got the teams assigned, I knew Mintzy does a lot of cardio work, and I'm like, we have a legit shot at winning this. No one will think so. Other than Ed, to Ed's credit, Ed thought that there was a shot that.
Yeah, I knew you guys would be pretty good.
And
also,
so that's why I was taking it so serious, because I knew that we could win that, and I was like, come on, Mintz, don't And anytime I'd yell at you, your brain would just start wandering off. It would lose focus, and I had to crack the whip here and there.
Yeah, I think we caught the biggest break we caught in the whole thing was, I remember we won the third challenge, I believe. We went to the United States.
Yes.
Do you guys want to give me a taste for giving you that answer?
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah.
That was nice of Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was. I still think we're waiting on our prize. But
Sure.
But anyway, the clue for that last one that was Portillo's, which was a great sponsor, love Portillo's, enjoyed their food. Right when that was the clue, I told Dave when we were on the way, I'm like, there's just no way we did all this stuff and went to all these landmarks for Portillo's to be the end. And when we got there and it was a rat trap and they said this is a food contest, that was the second this competition was over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Megan looked, right when we saw that, we were up against PFT and Megan. And Megan, just the sheer terror on her face right when that was announced. I was like, okay.
I know I talk a big game and have what many would consider irrational confidence, but I don't think there's a person in this company who could eat faster than me.
Oh, boy.
I believe
Why are you fast?
No, Dave was faster than me.
Yeah? Okay.
I'm not saying that definitively, but when I saw food, I'm like, there's absolutely no chance
Dave
anybody
eats
will
every meal like it's a competition.
Like a dog.
So if he has to go fast, yeah.
You know
I'm
what I
not
love
trying to
about
get all
you?
Freudian or anything, but I think it's because I grew up with 5 siblings, and it was like survival of the fittest. That's like a bullshit.
You know what I love about you, Dave?
Everything like a horse.
You've been like, it was good for you to get a win on the board.
I've had multiple wins.
I know, but just based on the, obviously you lost the basketball challenge. There were a couple losses recently in recent memory, and then you can't even have 2 minutes before you back yourself into another challenge.
Well,
that one I'm like actually confident.
Have you ever done like a pie eating contest or like no? I did a couple summer fair ones. They're fun. Stick your face in the pie.
Yeah, and you
First
get
to finish wins.
like with
Stand By Me, lard ass.
Lard
Sure, we'll be
ass.
doing some of that up at camp.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure we will. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, Tate. Welcome in. We got a topic that's pretty much to your strengths. It's also towards a series you and Mintzy are doing now, where you're bringing him back to school.
What grade are you up to?
We are.
Mintzy
He has
Madison.
passed 2nd grade. We are on to 3rd grade.
Now you're actually taking like bits and pieces of real life curriculum from 2nd grade, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each one he did 1st grade. What did we do in 1st grade, Mintzy?
First grade was pretty funny. It was enunciation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did the how many syllables were in stuff.
And some synonyms and antonyms.
Yeah, synonyms,
He's worked on
antonyms.
telling time.
We told time. The second grade, the accordion was.
Oh wait, hold on. You're a watch
Accordion?
salesman and you don't know how to tell time?
I did. I knew how to tell time.
Okay.
He did a good job.
I did a good job with that. I struggled. What was the thing you made me put together that floated? The floater doesn't.
We did
that
a
was-
sink or float activity where
I failed that badly.
we gave him like a bucket of water and a bunch of different materials, and he had
styrofoam or not? No, it
aluminum
wasn't styrofoam.
foil,
Yeah, aluminum foil.
wood. We were working on buoyancy, and he had to create a boat to make some marbles float. He did not.
We did that. We did not do so well. That was a struggle.
We'll go check it out. It's called Mintzy Madison. What days you guys are at?
It releases every week, usually around the rest of Barstool's schedule. So there will be one coming out next week.
On Viva La Stool?
Yep, Viva's YouTube and Rumble channels.
Awesome. And then on that note, today's draft is also kind of a cherry pick off of last week's The Worst Drunk Gotta Be Around. This is the worst parts of school. So we've done a lot of school drafts, but we've never kind of done one with these kind of talking points, I guess. So this should be interesting. The 4 subcategories here for the worst parts of school is the worst class, the worst classmate, the worst lunch, the worst teacher, and the miscellaneous. So it could be anything. So yeah, let's just hop into it. Mintzy, Lance has the number 1 through 5 behind his back. What is it?
1. No.
Tate.
4.
No.
Chief.
3.
No.
2.
No.
Jesus. 1?
No. That's what I said.
Mintzy.
5. Yes. 5.
Okay, I would have guessed 1 too, actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was 1.
What order do you want, Mintzy?
So I just pick what pick I get, or
Yeah.
order.
No, you. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
And then the categories are worse.
You could pick it any time.
category.
At any time. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I'll go first.
Okay.
I think there's a clear 1-1.
Really? Okay.
I would think.
1 through 4, Tate.
3.
No.
Chief.
2.
No.
Dave.
4.
No.
1.
You.
1.
All right, I'll go second. 1 through 3, Tate.
3.
Yep.
I will go third.
1 or 2, Chief.
1.
Yep.
I'll go 4th.
Oh, right down
In
the
order.
line. That rarely happens. All right, so the order is Mintzy, Eddie, Tate, Chief, White Sox, Dave. Before we get going, I do want to talk about my friends at Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Listen, you shouldn't have to worry when you buy tickets to your next big event. Game Time is a fast and easy way to buy tickets to all sports, music, comedy, and theater events near you. I just pulled up the app. I'm seeing a few things that I like right now. I'm seeing some good deals. They got the flash deals for sudden discounts. First thing that caught my eye is Metallica with Pantera at Soldier Field on August 9th. See them as low as $76. That's nice. Obviously, Metallica, bunch of legends. White Sox Dave says they only like Metallica in Germany, or they love Metallica in Germany. We love them here as well. So there's that. Also, I'm seeing Green Day on Tuesday, August 13th at Wrigley Field for $74. So that's a nice starting point there too. You know, get in there, sing some American Idiot, just go hog wild. So those are some things I got my eye on. And if you got your eye on it, what are you waiting for? Buy those tickets now. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code DOGWALK for $200 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. All right, without further ado, Ben Mintz, the worst parts of school draft. Take us away.
Okay. Repeat the categories.
So they are worst class, worst classmate, worst lunch, worst teacher, miscellaneous. If you're watching on video on Rumble or YouTube, you will notice Ben Mintz has no notes, so he's going off the dome. I respect that, but I'm interested to see how it plays out for you.
Okay, I'm gonna go miscellaneous on my first one, and I'm gonna just select detention because nobody ever wants to do detention. And like, if you have to go to school from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., which was what ours was, having to do detention and hang around after 7 hours is the worst thing ever because you're ready to just get the hell out of there.
You spent a lot of time in detention, Mintzy?
A little bit.
Did you?
A little bit. Not too bad. But
What kind of trouble were you getting in that were leading to those detention days?
I talked too much in class.
Okay.
Stunning.
That's not something like we called them referrals. If you got a referral, or if you got 3 referrals, you got a detention.
I was late. I had big problems with punctuality. I was like, you'd get attention if you were tardy too much at the beginning.
Yeah.
I was always like a night person, and so getting to school by 8 a.m. was.
I do want to know. I think it matters here. Are you a public or a private school guy?
Oh, I'm a private school guy.
Private. You were private.
Public.
Public
Until the end.
Public.
Public.
Went to
Yeah,
public
but I'd
college.
say you're more private.
Yeah.
Like, come
If
on.
I did, why do you say that?
Hoity-toity chief with prep school.
I'm not even insinuating that.
No,
I'm just
I know,
saying,
but
like
it,
when I
like-
think of you, I think of prep school.
But if I did kindergarten through junior year of public school, and then I did 2 years of private school, to me, I spent
The
way
majority of-
more time in public school.
Yeah, but it was definitely form-fitting years.
They all are. It's school. Yeah.
Sure.
And then you were
I went to Catholic school. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
interesting. I think
Big-
I think that'll come up in this draft.
yeah,
I think
definitely
so, too.
big difference.
Wait, so one more time. Private, both.
Both.
Public.
Public, private. All right.
I went to a private college. Does that count?
Yeah. We didn't really have, like, we had detentions, but our football coach was the dean. So, like, we...
Take it out in practice.
You know who
Pretty,
my dean was?
Who?
Kish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your baseball coach?
He's still a friend of mine. You think
Yeah.
he did anything to me? He got me out
No.
of more trouble than he probably should.
That was a joke, but if there was definitely a detention thing in your school that was serious, that seems like it sucks.
Yeah.
So I can't argue with this pick, Mintzy. All right, to me,
That actually makes you guys didn't have detention, all you little hood rats.
we did, but it was like you went after for 20 minutes, and he's like, "All right, get the fuck out of here," you know?
Oh,
He
you're
probably
saying-
just wanted to go home too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was a joke, or it was like 20 minutes before.
I thought you
school.
meant the football coach like took care of it in other ways. Not
Oh no,
You're not allowed
he
to
just
do that
didn't
anymore.
care.
No, so yeah.
just
We
didn't
had
care.
that. That was
Yeah,
our
we
form
had
of
that too.
punishment.
Yeah, we didn't have
Sprints
that.
and
We didn't
shit.
Nah, he just didn't care.
so he just didn't care.
Yeah, he was just a man. Like he just took care of his guys, and like other people. If you weren't a jag off, like you're like,
That would piss me off so much as a teacher.
yeah.
If you don't hold
Oh, it pissed some people off.
Yeah, if you don't hold kids accountable, in what world? I'm gonna get on my soapbox here, but like in what world are you gonna start behaving in class?
That's why Mr. Quinn had his own detention. Yeah, but at the same time, like it was like one of the cool parts of going to our school because like our rival high school, they always had like super strict detention and shit, and people would be like, "Oh, I want to go to Pat's because it's like
The
it's
Wild
not
Wild
strict."
West.
Yeah, exactly. So it like kind of helped us.
If you knew any of his friends, you'd get it.
You could tell right away.
Yeah, they burn cats alive. And
That's not true.
That's not true. Tell them what they actually do.
No,
or it was raccoons. My bad.
They drown them.
That's what it was. It was
Yeah.
opposite
not
of
true.
Ed,
it's not true.
shit in urinals,
Ed did that. Don't
I've-
put that on his.
upper
I've
deck
seen some of that.
toilets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My pick. I'm gonna take the worst teacher, and it's. I think this might have been your 1-1. I hope. The one who gives too much homework.
It's a good one. It's a very good one.
Yeah, it's
It
the
sucks.
worst. You just dread it. It's like what's this guy on that like he thinks that like this is so necessary. No, like he's just relentless.
I think that's a sign of a bad teacher too.
I think if you were a good teacher, I would have got the information in that hour of class. If you can't teach it to me in 8 hours during the day, then it's on you.
I agree. And also, if you assign it, you have to grade it, or you don't grade it, and then it's like, why am I assigning it to the kids?
Yeah, the worst.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. My 1-1 is still there. I'm up, right?
Okay, yeah, you're up.
I think the worst part of school is miscellaneous waking up early.
Yeah,
It sucks. What time did your guys' school start?
I feel like I have memories of 7:45 in high school.
7:50 was mine.
We were 7:20 to 2:15.
I was
But I'm conditioned to wake up early. I love being a morning person. That was just not.
Yeah.
Were you even that back then? Because I wasn't.
It didn't bother me.
I used to sleep in.
The worst part about it was I had to fight for one shower with 5 siblings.
Yeah.
That was the worst part
Would
about
y'all
it.
run out of hot water?
Oh yeah, it was a fight to get there first. So you wanted to wake up early so you could use all the hot water on everybody else.
That's funny.
What a dick.
Pretty much, yeah.
I hated waking up, man. I was like, I would wake up so many times. So like I said, school's at 7:50, and I'd look at the clock, and it was like 8:35, and I'm like, fuck.
really.
Like just
No
missed it.
attention for that though.
No, just
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah.
I just stroll right in.
Yeah.
The school I taught at, the school I went to was a 7:40 start. The school I taught at started at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Shut up.
First
7 to 2.
7 to 2:10, and then teachers had to stay 2:10 to 2:40. So 7 a.m. first bell.
That is not.
I mean, you've
That's-
got 11-year-olds standing out at the bus stop at
Yeah.
5:50 in the morning.
That's insane.
It's insane.
Like, you shouldn't see the dark like that.
I know, it's terrible. And then so that was junior high, and then there's high school. It was the same schedule, and then you got these elementary teachers coming in for their 9:15 start.
It almost
makes
feels
the
like
call on that?
Yeah, it feels like that should be flip flopped.
You would say like because school is, what would you say, more important to the older kids, or
But also like younger kids are going to bed earlier.
Yeah.
Typically, like if you're in elementary school, you probably have some sort of a bedtime where it's like, hey,
That's a good point.
You know, so then
that was the hardest part of waking up early
Yeah.
is at 16, 17, you're not mature enough to not watch all of Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not, you know.
and or like I played hockey, so sometimes you just have ice times that like your practice starts at 9:50.
You get home from a
Yeah.
game, your basketball,
Right.
or whatever. Ugh, I hated that.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a rough day was the day after a big WWE pay-per-view.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Feel that.
dude. The worst.
Did anybody else like sleep in class all the time? I used to all the time. It was bad.
I have
Slept in
like
class. I'd go sit in the back and just
It's just zonk out.
dude. It was daily.
I have like one memory of sophomore year. I had my sophomore English teacher. I've talked about her before too, because that's where I was for 9/11. I fell asleep on my desk and like woke up in a pool of drool on my own.
Oh, I'm a drooler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Been there.
Were you guys allowed to sleep in study hall? Was that a thing?
No.
No.
I've heard
I did it. I used to.
you did.
Oh yeah.
Depends on the teacher, I should say.
Okay.
Yeah. Depends on the teacher.
At first, we were no sleeping in study hall, and that's just that's cruel and unusual punishment. Like
Yeah.
if you want to sleep, sleep.
Take a nap.
Yeah.
My high school did have. There was a year where they tried out nap week,
What's that?
and I had the whole school take a nap at the same
How
time.
old?
I was like a sophomore.
What?
Yeah.
That's like kindergarten. They have that.
Dude,
Yeah, we had that
so-
in kindergarten.
So our
I remember it
principal-
in
We
preschool.
had we'd roll out the like mats. I had a Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles one. It was sweet.
it was like
Could you sleep? You would fall asleep.
it was like 25 minutes. I don't know, like someone came with the idea of like how there's certain countries where naps are like beneficial and like get you energized for the afternoon. So like
It's a little siesta.
yeah, it was like
in Spain.
yeah, it was like 12:30, 1 o'clock, like right after lunch. They had the whole school, like they played like soft music, and the whole school put their heads down and took a nap.
I kind of like it.
I want to
Yeah.
go to your high school.
yeah, but
Dude,
would
high school's
16-year-old
great.
White Sox Dave not like make fart noises and stuff during nap time? Like you're not sleeping for 25 minutes.
So that was
No, I don't think I wouldn't have been able to. It would have been just a waste. But the idea on paper is
good
I
thought.
Like it. Yeah.
Thought that
that's why everyone used to roll their eyes and be like, you guys fucking none of the tension. You guys had nap week.
Yeah.
Where you guys
I love Eddie's
Did
school.
you
I don't know if I love
ever,
or hate your school.
Did you ever like dip down to the nurse's office when you were just tired instead of sick and be like, I'm feeling sick, and go lay down and take a little nap?
It's a good
we
move.
didn't have a nurse.
No?
No.
Did you guys?
Did you even go to school?
What fucking school? What is the
I'm
name
not
of your
I'm
school?
not like that's what I think. Like
How's
that's
that
why
even like? That should be like a liability thing.
that's why I struggle to say like private like Catholic schools in Chicago are so different than what people are accustomed to.
Are they different amongst each other too, or is there like
They're
a
definitely different amongst each other, but there is a lot of similarities.
Okay.
Like you know, Beefloaf went to Catholic school. You know what I mean? Those guys are, but they're not like what you think your traditional private school Catholic guys.
Was it an all boys school?
Yeah.
It was, and yours was at the end
co-ed?
co-ed.
Yeah.
Chief, you're up.
I'll go miscellaneous. I'll say missing the bus, because you miss it in the morning, like you're dealing with, in my case would be my dad, which was never pleasant, and then missing it in the afternoon, you're fucking stranded. Like you're just
Just
what's
gave
that
yourself
face?
an attention.
Yeah.
Wait, how would you miss in the afternoon though?
If you're like running late, or you're talking to a teacher, or you're flirting with a girl, or whatever, like there's I feel like I missed the bus at least 7, 8, 9 times over the course of a year, and maybe not quite that much, but like definitely happened. And then you're just stuck. Like you're stuck because you're waiting for your parents, or you're waiting for whatever. But like the bus in general is never good. But if you miss the bus, you hate the bus until you miss it, and then you're like, "Fuck! I wish I was on that bus."
I don't know that I ever missed one. Like, because after school, I'm sprinting to that bus because I want to get the fuck out of that building. So I don't know that I've ever missed a bus.
I would say from experience, I would say the most tears I saw as a teacher would be from kids that missed the bus,
It's a bad feeling.
because you're supposed to get out there too. You miss the bus in the morning. It depends how your parents act, but you might just go get like a Polar Pop on the way to school and get dropped off
Yeah.
by your parents.
Yeah.
You miss at 2:40 and your mom has to leave work. Your ass isn't you're in trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We didn't have a bus.
I mean,
That makes sense. He's got kids from all over Chicago.
Did you take the city bus?
My bus was a CTA. Chicago.
Yeah.
I went to school in Chicago.
did
so
you actually take that bus?
I have, yeah. I typically get a ride, and then I got my license.
Kids
when
do
I was
that every
sophomore.
day?
Yeah, every day. Oh yeah, kids would say
That's foreign.
You got a license
kids
as
would
a
I've never
sophomore?
heard of that.
what?
You got a license as a sophomore?
So did I.
Yeah, sophomore 16,
16.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, like
I actually had a late birthday, but
you never been to the old office on Belmont? My school was on Belmont. You literally hop on the CTA, it'll take you right there.
What I'm saying is I've been on the CTA one time in my life, like using that's crazy. You're telling me like 16, 17. What about like
Oh yeah.
middle school kids?
No, that was
No.
kind of uncommon.
Okay. So like, but once you're in high school, you get on and you've got
Yeah.
the handicapped people here and the
Totally.
homeless people here and Eddie going to school.
Drug addict there.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that one.
Yeah.
No, that was it for real. It was CTA, Chicago.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Because they all wear uniforms, so they stick out like sore thumbs. They'll
Yeah.
be like Noble Prep School, whatever.
Yeah. But it sounds like hell missing the bus. That
yeah,
sounds like
not
it
good.
sucks.
Not a good situation.
Especially if your dad is, like you said.
Yeah, he was never too happy about that.
White Sox Dave.
I'm gonna go the worst classmate, the kid who reminds the teacher that there's homework due,
Yeah.
especially on a Friday.
Fuck that kid.
Fuck that kid.
Thought we had a test
Fuck
today.
that kid. Yeah, don't we have a test
He
today,
didn't
Miss
collect our
Smith?
homework.
And it's weird because you think it's like, oh, that's kind of just a cliche, but no, there was always one.
No, there was. Yeah.
do it.
What I will say this though. If you did your homework for the first time in a long fucking time and that teacher didn't come check it, I'm like,
Yeah.
someone did their
Were you
Hey,
this kid?
you're forgetting about me.
No, that's a really good pick. The snitch is the worst.
The
type
snitch,
of-
yeah. That's this. I should have just done that. The snitching anything. Just this high school snitch. It's like, hey, they were drinking at the football game last week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you fucking asshole! Why'd you tell them?
Yeah, that like just unnecessary. Shut up, dude.
Mind your own business.
Shut up.
And it was usually the same person.
And I think it sucks when it's the homework or the quiz or whatever, and it's like a kid who already has the A. Like you don't need
typically
to
that person.
expose
Yeah.
the rest
That
of us in the
person.
Yeah,
back.
it's almost
the
90.
cousin of the one that
Now,
I
if-
have on
And
board.
the worst is when you're sitting there and you go through the whole. You're almost at that 45-minute mark.
Yep.
Here,
See
Right
that?
at the
I made
buzzer.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right at the buzzer. You didn't collect the homework. Oh yeah, thank you, Timmy. And then it's like
Turn it in as you leave.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
That guy stinks.
Good pick, Dave.
You're up again.
I'm gonna go with miscellaneous, and I will go with assigned seating in classes. That one's
I
stumped.
didn't have that. That's a good pick.
It was by the teacher. It was the teacher's call. So it was just sit wherever you want. You sit by your buddies in the back and you make your armpit fart jokes and all that. Other teachers, it's like, nope, Dave, you're sitting right front and center and you're paying attention to me this entire 55-minute lecture and you're going to like it. Those teachers were the worst. Let me fuck off in the back of the class and
There's
in peace.
a lot of strategy behind that too. Like you could go the four corners system, like the four worst kids in a class, or you could go the front row system, or you could go get the fuck out of here. Dave, you're gonna sit in the back corner over there.
I would say bad assigned seat though, right?
Yeah, like alphabetical.
yeah.
And
I never minded this, I guess.
Assigned.
I'm talking more to get the troublemakers away from each other, like to get the kids away. If I walked in and it was just by alphabetical, whatever. But if it's intentional, like Dave, you're not allowed to sit next to Johnny, that's when I had an issue.
I feel like I also had a few teachers who like, it was like, all right, when the month changes, the seats are changing. And
We
like,
had
they
that
would
too,
do,
yeah.
like rotational seats.
I think that's all fine. I think the one that sucks the most is like mid class, you two are talking, and the teacher stops and goes, "All right, Dave, you can't
Switch,
sit.
yep.
You can't sit by Chief anymore."
Yeah, because when you did you like in grammar school? Did you guys like change the way of your like rooms too?
Yeah,
Like
the
sometimes
setup.
it'd be straight, sometimes it'd be like
You-
four tables in an
I
island.
feel like it
Yeah.
depended on the subject.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That too.
probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you got a bad pod, like
sucks.
this
Yeah.
fucking
Bad
sucks.
pod.
I got none of my boys. Like he's all the way
Yeah.
over by the Kleenex box. You know.
A big thing in schools these days, it's called flexible seating or choice seating. I didn't have it. I'm assuming you guys didn't.
I don't know.
Sit how you want, where you want, on what you want, because we want you to learn how you want to learn. So I'm not even kidding. Like there are beds, couches.
Shut the
spinning
fuck
chairs.
up.
I swear to God, all the teachers out there, would have my back. Flexible seating and choice seating is as popular in the streets.
Kid can bring up an air mattress.
Yeah, you could have like your little rolly chairs. Some kids might like to sit in spinnies. Some kid might go sit on the windowsill over there because he learns better by the cool air.
This is bullshit. You gotta sit in that desk that's attached to the chair, and like you can only exit from one side, and you are uncomfortable.
Yes,
that's what you're.
And if you're a lefty, you're shit out of luck. It sucks, but you have to deal with the righty thing right here.
You're right. That's why we are the way we are. But I'm saying they're now good fucking luck saying that and then having mom email in.
Did you indoctrinate all your kids?
What do you mean?
This trash?
What do you mean? No, buddy, I quit teaching mid-year. I loved everything about it, but now I can say things like flexible seating is bullshit.
Wow.
Oh, I thought you were on that side. Okay, yeah.
Was he on the podcast we did with Tate?
No, it sounds like not.
No.
Oh, I wasn't. I don't think.
It was fun.
It was a really good show.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll.
Oh yeah, you were in you were with Sydney Wells somewhere, but we were doing
Austin.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Like just what school is like today.
Yeah, Chief, you're up.
So this is similar to Dave's. It's like the same kid a lot of times, but the kid that asks questions, like intentionally asks questions, even though they already know the answer. Mm-hmm. So, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like they're always raising their hand. They always have the top grade in the class. They like act and it's like they want to have their class participation score.
The kid who asks every question, answers every question.
And asks them too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the overly, I don't even know how you word it. It's like they lead
the
overachieve.
Yeah, the try hard. They lead the league in class participation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, just try hard is the answer.
Try hard?
Yeah.
The try hard participation person.
Yeah.
Try hard participation guy. Yeah, it's definitely an eye roll.
Yeah, it's an eye, and especially because you just feel like you're slowing down the class too, where it's like, and then is it this? Like they already know the answer, but they just want to have like the interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At some points though, I did like that guy because it would take some heat off me, who never wanted to answer a question and who just wanted to daydream and not worry about shit.
Suppose.
Huge difference. I think no one wants to answer questions. Like the teacher. Well, I can't say this. I guess that's teacher that calls on people that don't have their hand up fucking sucks. But the ask question person.
Yeah.
Like what questions do you ask in school? I don't raise my hand and ask questions.
Sit there.
Shut up.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah.
Dude, I'll never forget. I took like a intro to music class in college or something, and this guy legitimately thought that it was just a one-on-one class with him. He wouldn't stop, and like he was unbearable.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Yeah, he was bad.
And then they turn into the question askers as adults. Yeah. Like when you're in meetings and you're in Zooms and you see the little raise hand button come up. What?
Mintzy.
No offense.
At least they can figure it out because I usually the volume was always a problem.
Tate, you're up again.
All right, I'm gonna go with class. I don't know how broad we're going here, but I would say that the hands down worst class is math.
See, I was going more specific.
I think you have to be.
We have to be more specific.
Like which math class?
Yeah.
I guess this is the difference between if you're drafted in high school versus elementary.
Yeah,
that's true too. Because it's just math.
I don't know. Because like if I say calculus and then you say algebra and then you say pre-algebra, it's like
those are all different.
None of them suck more or worse than the other.
I think one's way worse, but that's just my.
I intentionally didn't take one of those because I hated the one before it so much that I'm like never fucking again.
Okay.
Never again.
I don't know what's the worst math. Like I think math, once you get to the point where you can't bullshit your way through it. Like you can always bullshit your way through English. You can always bullshit your way through social studies. Math, if you don't know how to do math,
that's right.
You fucking fail. You have to study. That's the only class you have to study for. So
I think there's one other one.
Yeah, I'd say one more, but
okay. But you get what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, what do you want me to say, Ed?
I would pick one. Yeah, I would pick one specific.
I would say like calculus, but a lot of people don't make it. Like
I didn't take
calculus.
I didn't take calc. I didn't.
But if that's to you, if you think that's the worst one, like people will definitely be with you.
Is algebra where it starts getting like fucking like
that would be
the first time.
I was gonna say
I don't want to like look for the best one, but the one where you have to all of a sudden pay attention.
It's the
algebra.
Algebra. That would have been my. I think that could have been the first overall pick.
Yeah.
where they start introducing letters to numbers, my mind just like went, what the fuck?
Dude, and then like
I had no fucking clue what
the parentheses and like
and it's just so complicated, and you never like think about being out in the world. When do you ever use any of that shit?
But their rationale is that it like
teaches how to think.
Yeah,
learn how to learn.
It jogs your brain.
Well, it definitely does that.
It does. But you never use algebra.
They should be teaching finance classes in high school. Like what do you how to manage money? You know, like like practical stuff that actually
talk to me, Mintz.
You probably
Rich
do
Dad,
algebra, but it's like abstractly. If that makes
fucking Pythagorean theorem.
Yeah,
get fucked.
I kind of do that in my head when I'm like measuring distances on a baseball. Like how far I hit the baseball the other day. I was trying to do some Pythagorean theorem stuff, the hypotenuse. Talk to him about the hypotenuse.
He did. I was going to say,
well, hypotenuse would be the launch angle, right?
He said
exactly
that he finally got a win the other day.
Yeah.
He also did in the home run derby. Shout out White Sox.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, nobody talks about when I do well at things.
And Chief.
But
I thought I called you the MVP of the night.
Wow.
Why's that?
Because I would say that Max and Ebo coming into it were thought of as like gonna care.
Ebo wasn't
even on the original thing.
I had heard that the reason we brought Ebo was because he's an incredible baseball.
He was there and he was setting up and he hit 5 out and they heard he hit 5 out in like warm ups before we all got there.
Dave, that's the most wrong thing of all time. So how did he have?
Was that Zupi?
He had a jersey that said Ebo on it.
Okay,
that's true.
All right,
they didn't just make his jersey.
I'm incorrect then. But
this went from me calling him the MVP of the thing to him chirping.
But you're wrong. You're wrong.
I just said how I was right. Ebo came because Brandon Walker was going to have to bow out at some point. So we knew Ebo's the best baseball player in the office, but he's not front and center to things. So they brought him. I didn't think we're going to be as good as you were. I thought you were great.
Wow, that's actually kind of a backhanded compliment.
And you can say thank you.
What do you mean? He's coming off the heels of reffing him getting blown out in basketball. I know it's apples and oranges.
That has nothing to do with.
But still, though,
I was extremely
baseball.
I was extremely impressed with your home run performance.
Thank you.
There you go.
You could have left it at that.
Algebra's a good pick.
Thank you.
Algebra is a great pick. I would have maybe taken it first overall.
Wow.
I got algebra. I think it was freshman year. I got DDCC.
What does that mean?
Like that's what I got.
Every quarter?
Yeah, every quarter.
DD?
Yeah. I couldn't get it, dude.
I never got a D in my life until college.
Couldn't get it.
I failed journalism the final semester of my senior year of high school, and now look at where my career is.
Exactly.
Well, are you a journalist?
No, but I mean,
you work
media.
Yeah.
He writes things sometimes.
I never went to class. It was like the last semester of my senior year, and I just like left at lunch.
See, I've never skipped one class until college.
I skipped.
Never played hooky one time my entire life until college. My parents would also call me in, so a little different. But I never just like, I'm not going to go to class today.
All right, it's to me. I'm going to take the worst classmate, and I'm going to take the kid who gets you extra work when he, misbehaves, and it's like, that's it. 3 pages tomorrow.
Whole class.
You piece of shit.
Yep.
Like that. You never want to strangle someone more. He's akin to the guy who makes you run extra sprints.
Yeah,
exactly.
See, I think of that. I don't know if I've had that in the class.
Really? You never had that?
I don't think so.
The final straw when the teacher snaps, that's it. Everyone's quiet. Pull out your books. You know what I mean?
I guess. Yeah.
Yes, I have. You're going to hear something similar later, but that's a great one. The one person where it's like, all right, the next person to talk, we lose our recess.
Yep.
And this motherfucker goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's it. Yeah. The worst, Mintzy.
That is.
It's illegal now, from what at least in Illinois, as far as I'm aware, you can't negatively punish someone.
What's it called?
Positive Behavior Intervention Supports, PBIS. We talked about the whole time. We no longer punish kids to deter them from doing things. We try to reward the bad kids to stop doing bad things.
So if you aren't an asshole, they give you a king size candy bar at the end of the day. But it's only if you're not an asshole. You have
to start by being an asshole to get offered the candy.
Yeah. Wow. So if you're just a good kid, you get nothing.
You get nothing. Yeah, that sounds kind of backwards to me.
Yeah, I'd say.
But so our football. This was in football.
I just can't believe what's happening.
I can't either. We'll get to other picks later that kind of grind my gears, but you can't do this anymore. It's illegal, from what I understand. All the kids that would have D's or F's in class, they would football coach would call out the names. They'd all get to the middle of the field. We'd do circle up around them. All the kids who were failing classes just stood there while we did up downs for fucking hours and hours and hours. And but I wanted to kill every last one.
Do that
of those
one time now, and one of those parents is going to call in and say that you told the rest of the team my kid's grades, and now they're bullying him. Now you're suspending. Those kids are sitting
and
out.
The coach is fired.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's
the world we live in.
Sometimes bullying is good.
Bullying can be a good thing.
Bullying is good.
The kid who gets you extra work. Fuck.
Not being a bully, like bullying you for being gay or something.
Yeah.
But if you're an asshole, fucking bully the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Well, there's a difference.
There is. There definitely.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Mintzy,
That's just holding people accountable for their actions. Yeah.
Mintzy, you're up.
Okay. I got 2 picks in a row. I'm first going to go with the most annoying classmate thing, and it's the person that has the bad body odor.
Stinky guy.
Smelly one.
Because there's always that one person, especially when you're like dealing with high school and people hitting puberty and stuff. Like there's always that one person who just stinks, like coming out of pee. And also we had like pee during the middle of the day, and you go sweat but not shower after
we
pee.
wouldn't shower either, yeah.
And then you'd come back to class and it'd be hot as hell in the South. And so the person who always stunk.
Yeah, I will say though, there is that one point in your life where you finally realize, like, holy shit, I have body odor. I need to start wearing deodorant. So, like, that one day before you realize, you get a pass. But, like, if you're consistently smelly, obviously, terrible.
If other people find out before you find out for yourself,
that's bad.
Yeah.
That's
I remember, like, riding my bike one day. I was like, damn, dude, like, I smell.
Yeah.
I need, Mom, can you buy me deodorant? You know, like, it's a pivotal moment.
Yeah.
Those are the types of kids why assigned seats are real, though. Because those are the kids that are sitting in the back row, and the teachers know that. Yeah.
Never thought of it like that.
If you have 25 kids in a class, how many of them smell?
There are, unfortunately, it definitely comes down to a lot of socioeconomic stuff. Like, all jokes aside, like the kids that don't have money at home or don't have 2 parents at home oftentimes don't know that they need to wash their clothes or put on deodorant. But yeah, there'll be about 5 kids a year that truly stink.
Okay.
And that's bad. It sucks when it's
I remember our
when it's a
stinky
girl
kid.
too.
Yeah. All right, Mintzy, take us into
Next
the
one.
third
Look,
round.
I know it's a first cousin of Tate's pick, but I mean, I'm going calculus is the worst class easily. I've got a funny story with it. So my senior year of high school, I signed up for calculus, and then I realized I didn't want to do it. And I was like, why the hell did I do this? And so I tried to get out of it, and they were like, no, you signed up for it. You made a commitment. You have to do it. I actually tried before my final, my first semester. I had a tutor and everything. I actually studied a lot for it, and then I made a 37 on the final. And I show up first day of my second semester senior year, and I walk to the calculus class. Somebody meets me at the door. It was like, you're no longer in this class, and takes me to the gym for PE first period, the whole second semester. And then I had this teacher. So I went to Catholic school. I had this nun named Sister Cheryl, who was a very, very large woman, but God bless her. She meant well. So I had this incident in this class with her where it was during the NCAA tournament, and like all my friends love to gamble. I mean, we did the pools, you know, all that. And there was this Kentucky, I forgot who Kentucky was playing, but they were in overtime, and we were watching it in the field house at lunch, and we had to go to class. And I kept hearing like how good this game was. And I'm like, I got to get the hell out of this class to watch the end of this game. So I'm thinking in my head, like, what should I do? What should I do? So I break a pen and get ink all over my hands to say, hey, I broke this pen. I got to go wash my hands to go watch the thing. I'm thinking I'm being brilliant. And so I raised my hand. I said, Sister Cheryl, this pen broke. I need to go wash my hands till I get this off me. She goes, you are not allowed to leave this class to go watch that game. You're sitting there the rest of the class.
Called that bluff.
She got me, so I had to just sit there with ink all over my hands.
Hey, you know what? Tip of the cap to Sister Cheryl right there, though.
She was right. She was on top of my BS, but I just, but anyway, so yeah, I just thought that was a funny story. I was sitting there with it all over me.
Never took calculus, never made it that far. So but it seems terrible.
I had it, but this was the class where the hockey coach taught it, and the whole hockey team was in it that was of that age. And all he did was ACT, SAT prep. So I got
taught you to pass the test.
Yeah, I got an A in calculus, and my boards went up because of that class.
Shout out to your hockey coach that taught calculus. That's a
shout out Alex Moody,
multifaceted man right there.
Yeah,
sounds like we had very, very different calculus teachers.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't even know what calculus is, to be honest.
Neither do I. That's a semester of it.
It was out of the question for me to take that class because of what algebra did to my psyche.
Yeah.
There was no chance I was going. I didn't even take a math class in college that I didn't have to. I took one elective or whatever just to get it out of there. I fucking hate math.
Me too. All right,
it's one of those things I wish I was just naturally good at.
Some people are just weirdos.
Yeah,
see things and
I'm weird with like mental math, and it helps with poker. But like also, I have like a little bit of a photographic memory where I can see a phone number and I'll just remember it.
Really?
Yeah, and like, but it helps a lot for poker because I can just calculate the odds like super quick and stuff. I'm really good with that stuff. But I get lost like going to the bathroom. I mean, I have no like common sense awareness, but then I'm like really, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah, we're learning a lot about you.
I'm like third grade level math. Like if I see an ace in blackjack, I'm like, all right, like use your brain. You know, like,
but now bad. It's like
it's really bad.
Is math outdated? Because everyone's just got the calculator on their phone.
I mean, is everything outdated? You can just Google anything.
So those TI 96 calculators that were like $100+ that my parents could not afford, so I had to be the poor kid.
TI 83,
whatever it was. Yeah.
Texas Instrument.
That's like on your phone now. It's on your phone. You can flip it sideways, and it's a.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh. It's a what, graphing calculator.
Yeah,
is that
it's
what
called
they're
a graphing calculator.
Yeah. Okay. To me, I'm going to take the first worst lunch off the board. This probably won't resonate. Maybe it'll resonate with you, Mintz, but I'm going to take any type of lunch meat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like deli meat?
Yeah, so like we would get these things. So basically how hot lunch was done at my grammar school was they had like trays of like a top pack that was usually hot and a bottom pack that was like a cold pack, and it was like all packaged like in like a tin.
Oh,
yeah,
like spam kind of.
Yeah, kind of. So like, and then like I worked for the Chicago Park District as a rec leader, and I was a camper too. And some days you go up and you get lunch, and it'd be like a bologna sandwich, and it like everyone just called it mystery meat because you didn't know what the fuck it was.
Gross.
Yeah,
because I like deli meat in general.
So do I.
Yeah.
You know I love
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But any lunch meat, you were just it just.
We're not talking JP Gracianos here.
Yeah.
No, we're not talking.
What percentage of the time did you have lunch at school versus bringing it from home?
I would say you got the menu before every month, and then I would just like pick with my mom like which ones I wanted, which one I didn't. I would say I was like 30-70, like 70% I'd bring it, 30 I'd get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But any lunch meat was disgusting. So glad you could vouch for that.
Yeah, ours was so bad that I brought my lunch every day.
Yeah.
So.
Tate.
I got a question how this will work here. I'm going teacher wise. You gives out a lot of homework, right?
What you say? Yeah, the one who gives too much homework. Yeah.
What about the one that gives homework over Christmas break?
Ugh.
That's different. That is different.
I'm prepared to switch if needed, but that teacher fucking sucks.
Did you guys have reading lists for the summer?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I have the one that gives out summer reading.
Yeah, and like you had to do it.
There'd be a
quiz on I had a teacher that gave a quiz on the first day.
Yep.
Based on the summer reading.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll let it count.
It's homework over breaks is what I had, but it's also yours is homework.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's different.
Yeah, this is more like
yours could happen every fucking day.
Exactly.
Mine happens with like
they're both the same person.
Yeah,
these are different things.
But you're going on spring break. Everyone's taking a week off, and you're like, remember,
this was
quiz on the day back.
Oh yeah. Do y'all? I still have dreams that I like fail school and stuff. Do y'all ever have that?
Sometimes.
Like I have like a nightmare that I like didn't pass school.
They're phased out largely.
I have them a decent bit.
I'd never have dreams.
That's just a scumbag move to do this.
It is. Summer, spring, Christmas. Like that, you come back to school now January 2nd or January 3rd sometimes. Could you imagine on January 1st trying to watch the college football games and being like, fuck, I forgot to do my math homework?
No, I couldn't. Chief.
I'm taking geometry. Geometry to me in some ways was worse than algebra just because you had the proofs and you had to do it like I felt like there was more, and I struggled with it more, I think. So it was, to me, geometry was more work and I just fucking hated it. So geometry.
Sometimes you'd forget your protractor.
There's a lot of problems.
I didn't hate geometry because a lot of times you could kind of sort of teach it to yourself in a way. Like on a triangle, like on a
It's got fucking Will Hunting.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
No, the triangles. If it says here's a 45-degree angle, you know the other one's a 45 because it all equals to 180, right? Is that I'm
Yeah, but what about like pi?
3.4.
Yeah, but then you're having to use that. And, I don't know.
I hated geometry. I almost took it as well when you made me specify, because that's the most useless one. Like unless you're like a general contractor.
Yeah.
I think at some point algebra helps you.
I would agree that algebra,
ways.
that's what I said earlier. Like you kind of use algebra like abstractly.
And algebra is almost even like, all right, apples are on sale for this.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
you need 7 of them. That's algebra.
Right.
What is SOHCAHTOA and all that shit? I don't know.
Fuck if I know.
I remember that
acronym.
that too,
I don't remember
what it means
Like
though.
sine, cosine,
Cosine.
tangent.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Tangent.
That might even be algebra. I don't fucking know.
Fucking
Are
tangents.
you allowing tutors for Mintzy Madison?
Yeah.
Because I think if you need a geometry tutor, Mintzy, you got a guy.
He taught it to
who
himself, he
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was when you
teach you how
added
to
the
teach.
shapes. It made it. I don't know. It made it easier for me. It made it
Fucking
more visual, I
rhombuses.
guess.
I feel like there's a big difference between like elementary school geometry, like Dave, you're kind of talking about with triangles and shapes. Like
Yes.
that you can learn on your own. Once you hit that high school you guys are talking about where it becomes like fictional, not real math, like forget that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, like it's not a real number. It's like, how the fuck is it not a real number? Why are we talking about it? Like,
Yeah, good point. But yeah, I feel like we did algebra was freshman year, sophomore year was geometry, and then you had like algebra 2 and then calculus and stuff beyond that.
Do you remember doing, I've Googled it because I was thinking the theorems, like you would get like something and you'd have to prove based on the isosceles triangle theorem and the angle sum triangle theorem and the supplementary angle theorem.
Yep.
It's like, what the fuck are we talking about?
I'm thinking if I took the ACT right now in the math portion, I don't know. I'd be shocked if I broke 20.
Oh.
I'm saying like,
yeah. Is that part of Mintzy Madison?
16?
So don't tell Mintzy because we're not keeping him. We keep him out of the loop of the plan.
Cover your ears, Mintz.
But when it's time to take the ACT, do you guys think you could get into the school that you got into in college today?
I think I could
Yes.
because my college has gone off a fucking cliff.
Really?
Yeah, like enrollment's down.
Where did you go to school?
Lake Forest College.
Lake Forest College.
Yeah, it's like
what does
20
it take
years.
to get into
D-
Notre Dame?
Oh,
Is it insane?
yeah.
Yeah, you got it. Your dad has
Mintzy, you're back. You're back.
your dad has to go to Notre Dame. That's how you get into Notre Dame.
Really?
Kinda. They have like an extremely high.
I can because my school took everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
David, where'd you go to school?
North Central.
Okay.
It's a pretty academically. It's gotten much like so. A lot of D3 schools are like enrollment's plummeting because no one wants to pay $40,000 a year to go to a school that's 2,000 people. My school is the opposite. It's like exploding.
Yeah, your
everywhere.
school. Because how many kids go to your school?
It was 20. It was like my high school was bigger than my college by 100 people. Now my college is bigger than my high school by like 700. It's gone up in enrollment big time.
So I
it's
think
like 3,200.
your school
now.
and my school have gone in opposite directions.
Yes.
They're probably about the same because I know when I was there, it was 1,900 kids, and it was like
It was a good school.
It was
yeah,
like well
I remember,
regarded.
Yeah.
Now I think it's like considered.
Yeah, my school's probably a lot more selective now. I don't baseball. They let any athlete in, so if I was playing baseball, still probably. But if I was just applying, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's kind of how it was with hockey too.
Yeah.
We had a lot of dumb Canadians that would come down.
Yeah.
White Sox, Dave, you're up.
All right. I'm just gonna knock the worst lunch out. I think this is probably just different for everybody, but ours is meatloaf. Like you looked at it, and I'm like, that is inedible shit. I am not touching that, and I love meatloaf. For like, I guarantee you guys all know exactly what I'm talking about. Just school,
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it all comes back to what he said about the mystery. Anything meat.
It's mystery meat.
I mean, it's like it would make the like it would be like that grade D but edible grade meat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like a hot dog just packaged differently.
Something about a meatloaf too just ages like Lindsay Lohan. You know, you just see it sitting there behind the glass.
Why you gotta trash on Lindsay Lohan like that?
She's not.
She had a little bit of a comeback.
Yeah.
She's doing better.
Well, so is meatloaf. Yeah, that's a good pick,
But would you do anything for love?
but I won't do that. Dave, you're up again.
So I need worst. I'll go with worst.
You need class and
Teacher.
Teacher.
All right, let's go worst class. I'll just go with religion. Fuck that.
That was my favorite class. It was probably my favorite class I've ever taken.
Really?
Philosophy of religion.
Are you guys use the word pandering, right? That's like, you said you're a public school kid.
Yeah.
Did you ever take religion?
You quite literally cannot.
Checkmate.
Huh. I took it. Yeah, I guess not then.
So what are you talking about, like CCD? Which is not really.
Yeah, you didn't.
I
have
wasn't
Sunday
Catholic,
school.
but
Okay.
we had Sunday school. It was for us.
Maybe you guys were able to, but I was.
Is this
I also,
college?
yeah. I mean, so I had religion. I'm specifically talking about my college class, but I just assumed it was like I had it elsewhere. But I was like, dude, what am I?
So I took that in prep school. It was philosophy. Religion.
So is that what you mean, like philosophy of religion?
No, it was just religion. You learned about like religions.
How many? So it wasn't just like
All the heavy hitters.
So you do like a section on
that.
So it's a history of religions.
It was just religion.
But like my religion was, we just learned about the Catholic
Same.
Church.
Yeah.
Like, so they're two different things, right?
I don't know what classes you guys took. But
yeah,
it sounds different. Like if you did a chapter on Buddhism, and
they weren't teaching us to be Christian or be Buddhist.
Yeah.
So I guess it's like the history.
So your history of religion, you kind of need to. Yeah, I mean that's fine. That sounds kind of interesting.
Philosophy of religion was my favorite class I've ever taken at any point of my entire life. Yeah,
really?
Yeah.
What'd you hate so much about it?
Fucking, I'm like, none of this stuff happened or exists or
doesn't matter.
Like,
it doesn't matter.
All these world wars are being fought over this shit right now.
No.
Kinda.
Which world wars are being fought over religion?
What's going on in the Middle East right now?
I don't know.
I'm not talking about
religion.
the specific world wars. I was talking about wars going on in the world right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Chief, you're up. I think there's worth.
No, I'm up still.
No.
Oh,
you had meatloaf. I'll take fish sticks. Worst food, fish sticks.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That would have been an instant no.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got those. Yeah.
Just go hungry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number one.
Worst thing about those is they felt like they always started to sweat. You know, at least
they melted twice or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Especially because they'd sit out too long and get cold.
Yeah.
Cold fry. Ugh.
I used to like them when I was like little when my mom would just like pop them in the oven after, from the freezer. But like at school, it's just like, as part of it's just like you just don't trust it. And then,
yeah, like shrimp temperature going up and down.
Yeah, true.
Seafood temperature going up and down is not good.
Not good.
Not good.
I agree.
Tate, you're up.
I'm torn between two here. I'm going classmate. I am going to go with the unfunny jokester. Like the person that everyone else in your class knows is not the class clown, but thinks they're the class clown.
This person, I don't know if I feel like there are more of them in corporate America than there were in school. Like that, like they reply to the emails with some kind of little joke or like, it's just like, shut the fuck up.
In a similar way, like the same characteristic between the corporate person and the school person is they both are like extremely confident in themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, you suck and everyone knows it about you.
Right.
Yeah.
Sucks to teach.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
It's just constantly, dude, give it a rest.
Yeah.
Right.
Give it a rest.
Everyone's just trying to get through the day.
Yeah, it's like they might recycle jokes that were cool last year or things that are just not funny anymore, and they think they're just going to land, and even the teacher and the kids are all looking at each other like, just allow the weirdo to make his jokes.
Yeah.
It's just annoying. It's usually just
That's another thing where like we need more bullying.
I agree with that.
Need more bullying. Because that kid should have like a negative experience from telling a joke that doesn't land and then never do it again.
And that is a great point. Like that's how you learn that you are not the funny person is kids pick on you.
Or it could even teach you to be funnier if you really want to be funny.
A serious question for you. Like how often or how far would you let bullying, and I'm only using bullying, go before you're like...
I'll be quick with this, but there's a huge difference between mean girl bullying
for sure.
and picking on the kid that chose to wear the cat ears that day, which neither are okay anymore. But like that type of picking on, like what Chief just said, if you are picking on a kid that is trying to be funny that's not, or that is doing something super weird or super annoying, I don't think that's the end of the world. That's almost like natural selection. Like let's weed out those kids.
Yeah.
However, there are kids starting at age 12 all the way through high school that might pick on someone because they're cuter, more popular, talking to the boy they like, talking to the girl they like. Those people, bullying
that
can
sucks.
really harm kids, and that sucks. But
social conditioning bullying.
Yes. Bring it back.
Yeah.
Bring it back
Make
all the
it
way
a
back.
staple of education.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Be like, you should be bullying this kid now. As the teacher, be like, is he Jimmy?
Another
over
serious
there?
question. How, considering it's year 2024 and not, it's way different than when even we were growing up. How old are you again?
31.
Okay, so you're just
similar
younger
age.
than us. Like, did you ever worry like, I can't say shit, I can't do this, can't do that because job's gone?
Yeah, it's changed. It's completely changed. Even I was a teacher for 10 years. The amount of power, I would say the parents and the school board are more powerful than the teachers and the principals now. Because if you don't get the answer you like with the teacher, you call the principal. You don't get the principal, you call the superintendent. You don't like the superintendent, you call the school board. You will get your grade changed. You will get your seat changed if you are a pain in the ass enough. So it sucks. You got to bend over.
yeah.
Bend the knee to the
But that's a
crazy
problem
people.
is like people like us know the difference between the bullying, but
Yeah.
kids don't. So that's,
If I'm not saying this to like be a funny or make a joke of it, but if I saw someone legitimately bullying another person in high school, I would have fucking freaked out on that person and put an absolute end to it. Like,
Well, you need that
dude,
too.
get the fuck out of here. Don't talk.
There's I've cussed a couple times in my 10 years. Like, and if you want to call and tell on me, call and tell me. But I will do that when the kid with the stutter or the kid with the speech.
Yes, absolutely.
And then
absolutely.
you've got the today junior from the unfunny
Get the
jokes.
fuck outta here.
Yeah, you can get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And then you can tell your mom that
Yeah.
you're making fun of the kid with the speech impediment. And you can say, Mr. Moore kicked me out of class and cussed at me. So
Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
I got a little fired up right there.
Yeah.
I like that.
Pisses
Got me
off.
fired up.
Yeah.
I like that fire.
all right, it's to me. I'm gonna go worst subject. I'm gonna take chemistry.
Chemistry was
Awful
bad
pick.
too.
Why?
You liked chemistry?
Awful
Play with fire and you do
So,
experiments and
but
shit.
Chemistry, when you're doing that was why I didn't do the science ones. That's why I went math. But the chemistry where you're just like, this carbon attaches to this oxygen.
Sure.
You know, like that when you're just doing that
Periodic
fucking
table of
that
elements.
stuff fucking sucks.
It sucks.
But you do have the
so it's,
every once in a while you
labs,
get to
labs are fun.
yeah.
Activities are fun.
Right.
Learning and studying science.
math will never ever be fun. It's never been fun so long as it's existed. It never will until it ceases to exist. Not that it ever will. Chemistry can be fun.
Yeah, that's why I probably went in the 4th round instead of earlier.
Yeah, like of course I would have taken any of the maths ahead of mine. I think all 3 years, but I think chemistry slots right in after those.
Yeah. And chemistry doesn't get you the Six Flags field trip either.
No,
That's the other one.
yeah, that's true.
I had that one on my list too without thinking about that.
I took like Chem 2 at Wright College, and like because I was you got to look at rate your professor. All I needed was general chemistry, but I saw that the general chemistry teacher was harder than the Chem 2 one, so I hopped in Chem 2. It's like being an overachiever, got a couple more credit hours. There was a kid from high school who was in the class who I didn't know that he was going to be in there, obviously, and Stephen Mahadio, wherever you are, I owe you many beers because he got me through that.
So
He should have been invited to the block party. That's on me.
my first class in college was biochem 102, and it was taught by 2 professors at once, a dual professor, whatever they called it. And the first words out of their mouth were using this class to weed out, because I'm like, oh, I'll go be an athletic trainer for the Bears or the White Sox or something. They're like, we're using this class to weed out the serious from the unserious, just so you know. They weeded me out. Let's just say that.
Now
They
you're
weeded
here.
me out.
And now you're
They
here.
weeded me out.
Yeah.
The class was fucking impossible. And I actually worked I went to study hall hours and shit. They gave me the C. It was like 68 or 69%.
They gave it to you.
And they gave me the C just because I tried. Yeah.
Mintzy,
All right, so I have worst food, and what's my other category left?
worst teacher.
Okay. First, the worst teacher, it's the one that gives you essays all the time on all your tests. Nobody wants to write these 5 and 8 page crazy essays all the time. And
Talking blue books.
yeah, we had all that. And like my history teacher in high school made us do these DBQs that were like database questionnaires. Where you had to write these freaking anthologies. Like nobody's trying to do that.
See, I kind of like these more.
I liked the essay better than, because like what you were saying earlier, if you know how to write a little bit, you can bullshit your way.
Dude.
Yeah. So I never minded the essays.
Okay, I mean I was okay at them, but I just hated. Like I remember I would you'd have these tests. There'd be some short answer, some essay, and I would just like sit there, just put off the I have to have like almost a gun to my head on a clock to make myself do stuff like that. Be like, okay, the last 20 minutes I'm just gonna bang this out, I don't know. I just hated the.
He's taking notes on this, Tate?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from because it's whatever type of student you are. But I think like you three specifically have like the gift of gab where like I could give you a topic right now and you could talk about it.
Oh yeah,
that's what essays are.
Yeah.
If you don't know a multiple choice question or how to do a question, you're gonna get it wrong.
Yeah.
I could give you a topic you don't know one goddamn thing about, and Chief could probably get a 7 out of 10 on it without knowing it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
I hated
right.
doing it.
And there's kids like that.
And then my other one I got left is the food thing. And my high school, and I never even, our food at my high school was so bad, I brought our lunch to school every day. But they served this pizza that had this like congealed like cheese and like kind of like moldy bread. And it was just, you just look at it and just be abhorred. And so I'm gonna go,
you can't take pizza as
Pizza
a word.
day
That was
is
a
the
word.
worst
That was a bad. I love you, Mintz. You just took pizza as the worst school.
No, the pizza at our school was so fucking bad
you
and
gotta understand,
inedible.
it was like congealed.
I know exactly what you're
Yeah.
talking about because I'm pretty sure that company supplies like
I'm talking-
billion
it was
schools
like
in the
it-
country.
We
You talking
had
about the square pizzas?
No,
ours were like oval.
ours was triangle cut. Like
it was triangle, but it had like the cheese was like
It was thicker. It was. I
mean,
the
it was
pizza
like- it was all- it was-
disgusting.
You know what he's talking about?
Yeah, the pizza at my high school is kind of exactly what you're saying. Exactly that, and it was terrible. I hated it.
Fucking horrible. It was inedible. It's a good pick, man.
haven't
It's a good pick.
I think it's going to look rough on the graph.
Yeah,
It will.
I think so.
But it's the high school, whatever. Even if
Yeah.
it looks bad, if they would have seen the people that are going to see it may say it looks rough, but if they would have seen this pizza, they would.
Yeah, it sounds like you got riders, so.
And then and I have an honorable mention that I want to.
Well, it's
Well, we'll do
save-
that at the
save
end.
them.
Yeah.
save it. All right.
So interesting. I'm interested to see how many people. It sounds like there's going to be a little army. So, pizza.
Yeah, that was 3-on-3 right there. I would have thought
Yeah.
that would have been.
Yeah, like a landslide
Yeah.
away. All right, to me, I need miscellaneous. I'm going to take Mondays.
Good one.
What, you don't like Mondays? Mondays not allowed?
I guess.
I think you misphrased it.
You think Monday morning?
No, I think if you would have said Sunday scaries or Sunday nights, that was the worst part of Mondays.
That was.
Yeah, but even going there Monday and knowing you're getting ready to
the next 5 days.
get your teeth kicked in for 5
Yes,
days was
yes.
awful.
I hated like Sunday night football being like, fuck, I haven't done my homework and I got to get up at 5:30 in the morning because Mondays do suck. So it's a good pick.
Yeah, like the chamber's reloaded and you're like, I need to get through this. And then once you get through that day, you still got 4 more.
Yeah.
Monday sucked. And I think they were like,
That's what the pizza looked like in my high school.
all right.
Let's see. Can I see it?
Looks kind of good. What
If you
don't
go get one, get 2 because I want one.
Yeah. What don't you like about Mondays?
I think it's like a very generic. Like if we're talking miscellaneous, it's just like Mondays are still bad now. You know,
but
like it's not like specific to school.
I think they were worse then.
I don't know. I don't know if they are worse then.
You don't think so?
When
Like that first bell, like it's
yeah, but like I still think I would take a school Monday over a corporate America Monday. Corporate America Monday's was bad.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I will say Mondays is the worst day of school. Like
Yeah.
of the 5 days of school, Monday is unequivocally the worst.
Are you vetoing?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I get it. I could see there being a gray area.
It just doesn't feel like a school pick.
Kind of like the drunk guy where like with last week where I was like, Dave, this doesn't sound like a drunk guy. It sounds like an annoying guy.
Yeah.
I understand, but in my head, there's something different about Monday that makes Monday the worst part of school.
Because you got 5 days left.
Yeah, exactly.
It is always the worst day of football too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You're hitting.
Here we
it's-
got to go again.
Yeah.
You're smoking. Exactly. It was awful. And then when you had Memorial Day or
we always-
Labor Day off,
Yeah.
like
We always did like film on Mondays too.
mhm.
So like you would get berated a lot.
Yeah,
So,
I can see that.
Yeah.
The one thing I would say, it's not like Mondays are great. Mondays is without question the most they give you those days off day. Like you're like holidays fall on a Monday,
Yeah.
or you might take the long weekend and they give you the Monday off. I'm not saying Mondays are good. Getting a Monday off is pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
it is. Tate, you're up. You need a food.
Yep, I need a food. I'm hoping this hits with you guys because it is one that was the first one that stuck out in my mind, but I don't know if you all had the same experience. Did you guys have Salisbury Steak Day?
I've heard of a Salisbury steak, but I've never had one.
So I
feel like I know it
from
from pop culture.
TV dinners.
I did, and it was delicious.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, I'm fucked.
Dude.
I'm on Team Eddie. Yeah, the Salisbury steaks were good.
Oh, I swear. Google Salisbury steak, the banquet dinner or whatever.
Yes.
That's what they served, and a little corn on the side.
I get it.
Like, if it's bad, it's bad.
It's like biting into salt.
I think
Pretty much.
I'd love for you to try my Salisbury steak.
Now picture them making this for 1,200 15-year-olds.
See, these don't look too bad.
Yeah,
you gotta go to
yes.
the super flat. They're like frozen burger patties, basically.
Those look bad.
Yeah,
and it sucks because like when you say
Dude, that one in the middle with the corn is not even cooked.
That's a school lunch right there.
Yeah, that's gross.
But that's why I'm saying, like, if you say nachos or you say whatever, like, you're not expecting. When you say the word steak, like, Eddie, I bet you your steak is pretty fucking good.
This is basically like a different shape of meatloaf to me.
Tate, I don't think it's a bad pick. It's just, but Salisbury steak, people did like it at my school.
That's crazy.
But it's objectively gross.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
Okay.
food can be good and gross at the same time here.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a good pick, but I'm telling you that whoever was a Chicago supplier of Salisbury steak back in the day was good stuff.
Good? Yeah.
It was good stuff. Chief.
I don't know exactly how I'd need a teacher, the type of teacher, and it's the only way I can think is my way or the highway. So like I remember this. He would always be like, if you plan to fail, if you plan to what is it?
Fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Thank you. Okay. So he would say that over and over and over. And he was like the debate and the speech coach. He was also the offensive line coach for football.
Oh.
And so like I had a speech, and like you did it in the auditorium, and like, and you did a PowerPoint, and like I crushed it. Like objectively, like did a great job, whatever. Like the parents would come. It was a big thing. But I like didn't do the process his way. So I didn't have like all the, he's like, you have to have this PowerPoint slide, it has to look this way. It's like show all your work to how you got to your finished product. And I just didn't do that. I'm like, I'm just going to do it as I go. And like, I just did it. He gave me a D. So it was just like that. I'm like, how the fuck did I get a D when I objectively crushed that? And he was like, well, you didn't do the plan the right way. So it's like, if you don't do it just so, then you're fucked.
So the strict teacher?
But it's like, it's not even strict, because like if you walked in late, he didn't care. If but it was like, you have to do the work my way. There's no like thinking for yourself.
That's a bad teacher right there.
You think so?
I did.
How would we phrase this?
Yeah, I don't know how you'd phrase it, but
that's why I said,
shitty teacher
yeah,
right
my
there.
way or the highway.
Different ways to go about.
It makes me think of like the teacher that would like, you could get the answer right, but you didn't format it correct.
Right. That's what he was
you're
doing.
the smartest kid in the class, but you don't have your binder in the order they wanted it to. So they're like, you failed my class because we had a binder check today.
Right. Exactly.
Control freak?
What? Control freak, I guess, is fine. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. White Sox Dave, Mr. Relevant.
I need a worse teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, so this also goes back to college for me because I wanted to like the class, but the teacher he was like a hired gun. He was a big shot attorney in the class's business law, and literally all he did was sit there and lecture. I want engagement. I want people asking questions. I want people raising their hands. I want people curious. If you're just sitting at me all monotone like a fucking robot, just reading shit to me, I'm checked out within 2 minutes. I'm not learning anything. 95% of class isn't going to get anything out of this. It's a waste of money in my instance because it was college. It's a waste of time and educating people.
If you're a bad lecturer, because I've had some of my favorite classes have been all lecture, but the guy was like, I'm like, this guy's a fucking genius. Like, this is amazing.
I've never experienced that. But like, I don't know how to put it. Just
you can just say a bad lecturer,
like robot,
or someone who just like
monotone.
A bad lecturer.
Like what I have it written down as zero engagement teacher.
I also feel like there are teachers who just teach from the book. Like, this is what it is. I'm going to read it for the next 45 minutes, and then we're moving on. And like, that sucks.
Yeah. The bad lecturer. Right?
That's what I would say. It's Dave's pick.
I'm talking more like zero engagement. Like, I want experiments or.
How many kids were in that class that you're talking about? Is this like an
college,
auditorium?
It was all our classes were like 20 people.
Yeah.
All right, let's do honorable mentions, and I'll read it down, and we'll vote who's off, and we'll get out of here. Any other worst lunches?
I just had meatloaf.
That's the only one I had written down.
Yeah, Tate, no. Mintzy, no. This might be polar, but like I said, we had these packs, and anytime you had something that was super hot, like a chicken sandwich, it would like get wet. Like it would just be.
We would also have it was like fake grilled chicken breasts. Like it was frozen.
Yes.
They had like fake grill marks
Yes.
on it, and then they just reheat it. But it wasn't like grilled, but somehow they put grill marks in it. It was.
I guess I got we had a legit panini stand at my high school, and it was $2.
Wow.
And it was awesome turkey. It was like sliced deli meat that you probably get, so it's not like JP Graziano stuff or anything, but I would get it every day. That was my lunch.
I wanted to say that not to make a mockery of it, like I didn't pick it, but anything since Michelle Obama changed the
Pizza's a vegetable.
It is, when we were in school, was like some of the golden ages of lunches. Like you could go, did you guys have like a la carte? Like you could go get like fries and like nacho cheese and like a Pepsi. You just can't do that anymore.
What?
You have to have certain food groups, right?
Yeah, you cannot go buy one item. You have to. So my school, gosh, we could talk about this forever. My school, you would have to go get your chocolate. You just want a chocolate milk? No, you have to get a chocolate milk. You have to get a vegetable. You have to get a fruit. You have to get this. And then the kids will take because it's free breakfast or free lunch now, they'll take their chocolate milk. They'll throw away the entire rest of the lunch and they'll go to their lunchroom.
Sounds like wasteful.
Fucked up.
I will say there is something I do think to forcing kids to eat healthier in this country. I saw this firsthand a couple months ago in Europe. There's no fat people there at all.
Yeah.
Like if you do see one, you're like, holy shit, there it is. Like I finally found one. Kids
Our food's
guzzling
poison.
fucking Coke 24
Yeah,
hours.
no,
But that's not
I grew up
anymore.
I grew up in the middle of it and agree. The soft drink thing, especially.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
no
but I feel
value.
like
It's
I feel like it's
poison.
getting better though.
Yeah, there's no more
like
pop
it's
machines or vending machines in like.
I think awareness is getting better.
No, I think it's good. Like just. Like you know what I mean? Like
Dude, the food
Happy Meal
pyramid
comes with apples now. Like there's like
Yeah,
little
but,
things, like little changes go a long way.
I think that the food. Do you know the story? Have we done a podcast on the food pyramid?
Yeah,
Where it's like even there, it's like a fraud. So that was all like lobbyists and big ag, and they even had like consultants. Like the government had consultants, and they're like, yeah, 6 to 11 grains a day.
Yeah.
When it was like their consultants at the time were like, this will cause diabetes, obesity, all these things. Are like, nah, we don't care. Fuck them.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
On that,
There was a whole thing on that where like the people they were trying to make it seem like sugar wasn't bad and fat was
Calories,
like the enemy.
yeah.
No, and they would say fat was like the big enemy.
Right.
But
It's
turns
always been
out-
sugar.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
always-
Refined sugar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Animal fat's not bad for you.
on
No,
that
not
note,
at all.
some of the salads these places were trotting out were terrible. Some of these school salads were gross.
Yeah.
All right, let's do worst subject. Anybody else have any?
I hated Spanish. I know you're a big Spanish guy.
It was just easy for me, so I kept doing it.
Yeah.
I could get a B in that class with doing 0. And
Yeah. I even did.
I took it through. I was a senior in college.
Did you guys have early bird Spanish?
Yeah, 0 period.
Yeah. So you go before school, and like I did it in 7th grade, but it counted as a high school credit. So I remember I did that, and I had a very attractive teacher for that.
That helps.
And it actually made it worse, I think. But
He's a perv.
who isn't when you're 13?
That's true.
Yeah. And but yeah, I always struggled with language.
I thought that the time of day where you had certain classes would factor in. Like first period gym sucked. And then also I thought the worst class ever was the early lunch. Like the 10:40 lunch. You know what I mean?
How big was the school you taught at?
The biggest size in Ohio Division I.
Okay.
So yeah. Our kids could start eating lunch at 10:30, or you could have 1:15.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Fucking
It's
difference.
huge
Yeah.
difference. That's how it was for us. But if you got the late lunch, your lunch, because we ended at
You have, like,
2:15,
yeah,
so you
you-
had that 1:15 lunch. You had the 30-minute lunch. So your last class, you're like, take a study
Done.
hall or whatever.
Yeah.
Your day's over.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other subjects?
I'm good on something.
Lit.
I just,
I liked lit.
Canterbury Tales. Miscellaneous. I had a couple things.
I have a very obvious one that I'm mad. Like, I guess I kind of went off the cuff on it. The miscellaneous one, I'm sure, Eddie, you feel this. I went to Catholic school and I wasn't Catholic, Mass has got to make it on there. That Mass, because like that was like especially when I wasn't Catholic and having to go to Mass, we had like an hour and a half Mass every week.
Day?
No, every week. Wednesday we'd have Mass, but then we'd have chapel a couple of days. But the long Mass, the long Catholic Mass, especially when I wasn't Catholic and you couldn't even take communion.
See, shockingly, we didn't have Mass that much.
Okay, Mass is going to make it.
Maybe once a quarter.
And I do believe in God and go to church and stuff, but not when I was younger.
Glad to know that.
Yeah.
No. I get it though. There were sometimes it was definitely a drag. Sometimes it was a good change of pace. It's like, all right, we're going in like a dark room and we just got to turn our brains off and just hang out.
Just listen for a minute. Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah.
I've taking notes.
Yeah.
Like when a teacher would just sit there, you're just writing everything. Like your hand.
I had a teacher that would grade your notes.
Whoa.
You had to turn in your notes at the end of the week.
That was a
that's
college
out of
thing.
control.
I hated it.
Mr. Quinn did it too.
I thought sitting all day. Like once you think about going back through one day of school right now, sitting for 8 hours in those fucking desks and then getting up for 2 minutes and going to your next one.
That should be, I don't know if we've ever done a podcast on that, but like how they basically were just training people to be factory workers. That's why they have the bell system. That's why you sit in rows, because we had the urban movement with the Industrial Revolution and kids needed a place to go.
Have you done a podcast on this?
I don't remember anymore, but
how do you know so much?
I don't know that either.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that was it. They designed it to be like, all right, you're going to work on like the Ford motor plant someday. So you're going to learn how to like sit in a location. You're going to
be conditioned by a bell.
Conditioned by a bell, the whole thing.
And then I have it was always the worst in grammar school where you get your class, you get your teacher, and you didn't have your buddies in your class.
That would have been a good. I don't know how to put that on the graphic, but that like the biggest day of the year was find out your classes.
Yeah.
Like it truly like ruined your year. Like 5th grade, I had like barely any of my friends, and I still remember it. It was just a bad year.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah. Make new friends or no?
Yeah, I mean I had some friends.
Yeah,
but like it just sucked.
Yeah.
And my school wasn't that big where I never saw them. Worst teacher.
I got a couple to run through just from being in the system.
Yeah.
You said it. I almost took it. The one that punishes the whole class for one idiot. I mean, that's not fair. You're teaching 30. Like, it's one thing if your hockey coach is like, you fuck up, the whole team fucks up.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Some of these kids are pain in the asses. I got 30 kids in here. I'm studying. I'm paying attention. I'm listening. I'm sorry that kid in the back.
Especially if you're not allowed to bully anymore.
And then it's like, hey, this is on you, administration. Right. Pop quiz giver. How about the one that I don't give out A's? Like you have to like earn A's. Like A's are special.
Yeah.
The no bathroom breaks teacher. Like you will not use the bathroom in my class.
You have to have a pass, laminated pass.
And then my last one was just the one that's like friends with your parent. So there's like an open direct line of communication at all times.
That stunk for me.
Mr. Moore told me last night at the bar that you've been taught. Like, well, why is Mr. Moore telling you about me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have two. I have the moody teacher, who it's like you walk in and you don't know what personality they have that day.
It's a teacher going through a divorce.
Like, come on. Like,
you should have taken that one.
Actually,
let me know what to expect.
So I remember this. This is like 12, 13 years ago now. My buddy who got his first teaching job right out of high school when we were like 23, or out of college when we were 23, 24. He's like, dude, every teacher's fucking every other teacher.
No comment. What?
I mean, he's like it's so cliquey amongst teachers. He's like, teachers are fucking others. Other teachers have alcohol issues. It's crazy because you think they're teachers. You know?
I'll just as role models. Yeah.
That part is true. That part is like the second that the kids leave on Friday, you're sneaking out and you're going to happy hour, and then it's teachers are. Think about who your friends that are teachers are. They weren't the best and brightest when you were in school.
No, none of them were.
No, and then those people grow up and become teachers.
Yeah.
So,
I have the one who plays favorites.
The teacher's pet haver.
The teacher. Yeah. The one who's a teacher's pet.
I had the oldest fucking balls teacher.
That guy was kind of funny.
Was Mr. Williams for me, ironically enough.
That guy was kind of funny though. It's like
you were probably had to deal with this. The CRT teacher. And then just the mean teacher.
Could you explain that more?
Critical race theory is what he's talking about.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, what? I guess I'm out of the loop.
Am I wrong?
Anyone else?
Just the kid who's loud. I feel like.
Oh, yeah, the teacher or classmate.
I was going to classmate.
Oh, yeah, we'll do worst classmate then.
Okay. Me?
Yeah.
I would say the loud kid, and then sometimes having the hot girl in class is not good for you either. So hot girl in your class.
That's why I'm envious of the all-boys school situation.
Yeah.
That seems like the perfect way to go through high school. We don't have to worry about that shit.
You don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, just get your polo on.
Yeah,
Everyone
toss your polo.
Was it weird to like talk to girls when you went to Southern then?
No, dude, there was all girls schools nearby, and like we hung out with them on the weekends.
Yeah.
But it's different because you don't see them for like 10 hours a day.
But I also went to school for the first 8 grades of my life.
Yeah, but you weren't
with them. So like it was a 4-year hiatus, and then was right back in action. But yeah, there was a kid who wore the same polo 111 days straight. It had pen marks all over it and shit. People knew he was going for a streak, so they'd always try to fucking mark him. And like, shit like that. Tear at, like no one did anything.
Just boys being boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the kid with gross lunches. Yeah, the kid who brought tuna.
Oh, yeah.
Egg salad or something.
Egg salad. I had a kid who I shared a locker with. He took my lunch on accident. He gave it to his little brother.
Ooh.
And so they're like, why don't you see this little brother's lunch? I looked at his little brother's lunch. It was a peanut butter and butter sandwich.
Ew.
Oh,
Yeah, no joke, dude.
Gross.
I'm like,
How
so
thick was the
weird.
butter?
I don't even know if I opened it, Dave.
Dude, that is
it's foul. Yeah. And I was like, I'm not eating that,
You said peanut butter and boa. I thought like the next word was banana. I'm like, that's
I'm for that. That's
yeah.
I have a cousin that does peanut butter butter.
I had like a Capri Sun and shit. I had rocking some good
You had
stuff.
a good lunch.
Yeah, then I get this guy's peanut butter and butter. I'll never forget it.
Did you have to wear a tie to Catholic school? Because I can't believe I forgot to mention that too. Having to wear a tie to school, that is ridiculous.
That was prep school. You had to do shirt, tie, blazer every day.
Oh, we had to wear a blazer at least
6 days a week.
Yeah.
We were just anything with a collar.
6?
Yeah, we had half days on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Yeah, because you would have like your games.
6?
Yeah, so if you played, if like football is obviously once a week, but hockey and all the other sports, you would have significant travel. So like we had to go 4 hours for a game one time. So you would have a half day on Wednesday and a half day on Saturday, and then your games were afterwards. Yeah.
Ours was anything with a collar, so like people would show up in like a mechanic shirt or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought you all had to wear the same.
No.
So
your school was a madhouse.
Dude. St. Pat's is a
Every
fucking
person
joke.
I've ever met from there is just the scuzziest.
Are you just like the most normal, successful person in school history?
Dude,
normal?
Like
But like that's what I'm saying. Like
Northwestern's
their
defensive coordinator went there.
their private school uniform, you could wear a
But we're
mechanic
just
shirt
like
that said
I don't
Frank.
we're just like city kids, man.
Teacher
like I don't know what to
Yeah.
say. Like that's what it is. Like I don't know. Like we're just
Conrad went to high school.
yeah. Danny went to high school with
Danny
me.
did
Yeah.
too.
Together?
He's 2
1
years
year,
younger.
right?
He's 2 years
Oh, okay.
younger.
He went to the school you're talking about?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
He seems a little straight-laced compared to that.
That's what you think. But I think it's different now, though. There's since been new principals and whatnot. So, yeah. All right, I'll run through it, and we'll vote who had the worst draft off. Mintzy, detention, smelly kid, calculus, the one who gives essay tests, pizza. Eddie, the one who gives too much homework, the kid who gets you extra work. Any lunch meat, chemistry, Mondays. Tate, waking up early, algebra, teacher who gives homework over break. Unfunny jokester, Salisbury steak. Chief, missing the bus, try hard participation guy, geometry, fish sticks, the control freak teacher, White Sox Dave, kid who reminds teacher of homework, assigned seating in class, meatloaf, history of religion, the bad lecturer. She's got to write one down.
Who do you think had the worst, Mints?
What do you got?
I mean, maybe myself, but I guess I'm gonna go with Chief.
All right.
I think I'm voting for myself as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tate?
I thought there was one bad pick just from my experience. I thought pizza was a crazy lunch move, so I'm going to say Mints.
I have Chiefs as well.
All right, Chief, you're off.
All right, who'd you vote for?
WST.
Okay.
All right, Chief. Why would you vote for? I didn't think yours was bad. I thought it was.
I looked through the list and I thought that the try hard participation person and then the control freak, I didn't really explain those. They were hard to understand, so
All right.
penalized myself. Honor system.
All right.
Pizza was a good pick though for this exact instance, man.
I mean, I'll probably get flamed for it, but
You will, but those who know.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
That's my teammate.
Yeah, those who know
baby.
would know. But I'm just looking back on my experience. It's like, dude, pizza day was the day to look forward to. So that's just crazy to me.
It's just, I guess.
Pizza day and pizza that you get in the cafeteria.
That's different.
Very
Very
different.
different.
Yeah, because we would have days where we'd order from the local whatever.
Yeah, we had home run in. All right, then. Tate, thank you. Mintzy, thank you. Go check out Mintzy Madison. And, we'll see you guys next time.